Welcome back to the channel. We are not on the water today, obviously, but we are actually in the market for a new kayak. My wife, she's owned this Tarpon 100 for a couple of years now, but her biggest complaint is comfort. She complains about the seat getting to her after a few hours on the water, which is not good. If you're not comfortable on the water with your kayak, it's never a good thing, especially if you're out there for 8 hours or plus. So we're in the market, we're shopping around a little bit, so I thought I'd compare these two kayaks side by side and share some information with you, because I've paddled both of these kayaks, so I'm well familiar with all their specs and how they handle and all that on the water. So I thought I'd share what I learned to you, so maybe if you're in the market for the same price range, around that $650 to $750 mark, but you just don't know which one to go with just yet. So we're going to break it down in today's video, and we're actually going to get them on the water and fish them a little bit and just see how well their tracking is, their stability, and their fishability, which is important to me anyways. So what we're going to do is compare the Tarpon 100 versus the Crescent Ultralite tackle. Both these boats are very comparable in size and width and weight capacity, but there's obviously a huge difference between the two, and you can probably spot that out already. So stay tuned. Hopefully by the end of this video you'll have some clarity about which model you like more, and if anything else, we're going to have some fun and catch some fish at the same time. Now, first things first, I want to talk about the performance of each of these boats. I spent a good 8 hours on this boat. I'll put that adventure right here on the top corner. So I'm very familiar with the performance of this boat. So during that day, the first 10 minutes, I was just trying to get my wits about me. I spent at least 10 to 30 minutes just trying to figure out my stability, just sitting down. I felt very, very tippy. So if you look right here, it's a very flat surface. You know, it's got great primary stability, but as soon as I started leaning one direction or the other, especially when I caught a fish, I felt like I was about to roll it. So my secondary stability, I just didn't feel it much at all. And right here too, if you look at the rocker design, there's not a deep curvature from the back of the boat to the front of the boat. It doesn't have that deep curve. With that deep curve like this Crescent Ultralite, you see this nice curve from back to front. That's going to give you a better maneuverability on the water. And if you look also at this design, it's got a nice deep keel through here, through the middle. That's going to help with tracking, but also you have these little flat-sided panels here. That's going to give you that great secondary stability as well. So when I was in this just for a few hours yesterday, which you'll see at the end of the video, me catching fish in this boat, so stay tuned for that. I felt very stable and comfortable in this boat versus this boat. Now, let's retract a little bit. I weigh 238 pounds. This boat right here, capacity is 325. This boat capacity is 350. All right, so I felt a lot more comfortable in this boat versus this boat, especially with that secondary stability that I got from this one versus that one. So when you're in like rough water or great moving water, rivers, creeks, stuff like that, these rocker panels right here, especially how high it's above the water line a little bit on the front of that nose, it's going to perform way better on those moving waters versus something like this. But as far as the hull design on the Crescent Ultralite or even the light tackle, I feel like they really thought it through and made an awesome design. Now, tracking on the Tarpon 100, I give it about a 5. As soon as you stop paddling, you're going to start veering one way or the other. When I stopped paddling on the Crescent Ultralite, I held that line a lot longer than I would on here. So anyways, we're just kind of easily paddling right now, and it is so easy to paddle. I mean, like, I am paddling effortlessly, and I'm able to keep some good speed. I'm actually going faster than my 12-foot boat. So as far as speed goes, I mean, I got this boat way down too. I got a lot of gear on here, and I'm just able to just I mean, my fingertips are not even gripping the paddle. You know, I'm just kind of relaxed and just kind of just going through the motion here, just gliding through the water like nothing. I'd give tracking on this. I'm stopped again. I mean, I'm holding a good line. If you see that pillar and that bridge, I'm holding pretty straight right now. So let's test out how easy it is to turn it. Reaching back.
before. For 2 strokes, I did 180.
Enough about the performance. Let's talk about the features of each kayak, the price point, and the chairs themselves. So we'll start from the front and we'll work our way back. There's plenty of videos online where it walks you through all these specs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do like a quick walkthrough, but mainly just in comparison of the Tarpon 100 to this kayak. You are going to gain some things with this one, but you're also going to lose a few things with that as far as your cubbies and your compartments and stuff like that. You do have a nice hatch. The hatch size on this Crescent is the same hatch size over there on the Tarpon, so you're not losing anything there. You do have this nice bungee here, of course, where you can park your paddle underneath there. You can slide it underneath there very, very well. This is the game changer right here. This seat, you can just tell this seat from this seat, there's a huge difference. And my wife is going to be very, very comfortable in this seat if we do get a boat like this. She's been complaining about this seat, how her lower back's hurting. So if you look at the bottom of this seat, right here, you got this hard plastic shell, and then you have just a little bit of foam pad right here, which it drains well, I will tell you that. But unfortunately right there, it doesn't go up high enough. That little ridge right there, her bottom is resting on that all day, and it's just very, very uncomfortable. And I know that to be true because, like I said, I paddled in it for 8 hours. So right back behind the seat, you have 2 pad eyes to leash some stuff down, especially your rods. You got 2 mighty mounts where you can put an aftermarket or a Yak Attack rod holder on each side. That way you can place your rod holders there or anything else. Back here, you got a nice rear tank well. You got a scrubber plug right there. So you do have 2 gear tracks in the back here, so if you wanted to add multiple rod holders, you could. This is a sharp boat with a lot of great built-in features. And what I love about it too, as a fisherman, or my wife's going to love about it too, you have more open space by your feet. So if she wanted to just stretch out and lay out and get a tan, which she likes to do a lot, she has that availability, that openness where she can do a lot of different things right there. All right, let's break down the Tarpon real quick. Again, these are all online, these review videos where it walks you through everything in great detail. I'm just going to give you a quick run through, that way you can compare these 2 boats side by side. It does have a paddle park here with the little roller thing, which is, it's handy. That way you can actually get your paddle blade underneath that a lot quicker. Right here, you can already tell, open floor design, not so much. Your legs are actually deeper in the kayak itself, so you might feel a little more constricted versus over there. It's not as tall, it's not as deep, where you're going to feel a little bit more open, a little more comfortable. Right here, you do have a bungee. You can put a water bottle on. You have another hatch right here in the middle close to you that you can put like your cell phone or wallet, personal items a little bit closer versus having to walk up to the nose of your boat or get out and access that. You know, unfortunately, the Ultralite doesn't have those extra little storage areas and pockets. With the Tarpon, it does have a little bit more compartments on there. We can stow some stuff like some sunscreen in that little pocket there. You have another hatch between your legs, but there's no compartment underneath that hatch. It's just open to your whole kayak. So if you put something in there, it will slide up and down. So you got to make sure you get an aftermarket product to kind of keep it all contained in one area. Now this seat itself, you know, after about an hour, you're uncomfortable. It does have some great adjustments where you can lift this up and give your legs more support. You can adjust the height of the seat to be more lower or more higher. Of course, it's got all the adjustment straps too. But the main thing is, sitting on that for more than an hour, it gets very uncomfortable versus something that great over there. I mean, I don't need to tell you. That's a 10 as far as comfort goes. This is going to be like a 4 or less. Just being honest with y'all. So behind the seat, it doesn't come with flush mount holders, but it does have a slot where you can drill out the holes and install them yourself. It does have 2 pad eyes here just for tying down your gear or leashing things. And it does have a nice tank well. It's not padded. You know, that padding over there will help deafen the sound a little bit. That way if you are fishing and you're moving that crate around or sliding or banging it around in it, It's not going to make as much noise, but you can always add that stuff to this. But as far as stock, that comes with it already over there, so that saves you some money. Also does have 2 gear tracks in the back for mounting, you know, aftermarket rod holder stuff like that. As far as breaking down the options that come with these boats from the factory, you know, they both got great options. The Ultralite's going to have a lot more name brand parts on there, a lot more durable parts versus those Wilderness Systems. The Wilderness System does have more hatch spaces, a little bit more compartments and stuff like that. So you can always add that to the Ultralite with a kayak crate system, or just a plano behind the seat there. But anyways, as far as comfort, stability, and tracking, the Crescent Ultralite definitely is victorious in all those categories. Now the Tarpon 100's been a great boat for us, especially for 2 years, but the biggest complaint from my wife is that seat right there. That seat is very uncomfortable, especially after a good time sitting in it. Fish on, little bass. Oh yeah. So not a big one, but on this cold, chilly day, it's a sunny day, but it's a cold one. I'll take him. He's good pound or so. We had a lot of rain here recently, and the water temperature feels like ice cold. Like if you were to make a glass of ice water, that's what this water temperature feels like. Nice little pounder to start the day on this sunny afternoon, but a cold afternoon. You're good, bud? There you go. Oh yeah. Just got smoked about 2 feet from my kayak. Pretty good one. Not too big, but nice one though. Oh yeah, got him in there. Chunky little fellow. They're definitely feeding up on shad and everything. Probably getting ready for the spawn. Thanks, little buck bass. That was exciting. Sean, I took about 4 casts. Little bass. Oh, getting hung up in my other pole here. He's a tiny fella. Nothing big, but we grabbed one with the lipless. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sweet. Alright, just another little tiny bass. Nothing too big yet. Still after that big old female. Where you at? Thanks for playing along though, my friend. Now, depending on the body of water that you're fishing or floating on, you know, it could vary your decision, but as far as performance goes, maneuverability, stability, all that, and comfort all day on the water, the Crescent Ultralite is definitely going to be a better buy, especially with them being the same price or very similar in pricing. H24 Outdoors just got a huge shipment in with all different colors and stuff like that. So definitely go check them out if you live here locally, close to Conway, Arkansas. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're comfortable about your decision as far as purchasing one of these boats. And I hope to see you on the upcoming adventure.